LSU basketball is basically a religion around here.
Shaquille!
When you're good, you're good.
This is a CBS Sports Special. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our show, A Season in Shaq's House. I'm James Brown. I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, also known as Bayou Country, home of gumbo, politics, and our focus, LSU basketball. As college basketball continues to grow, the national spotlight has become more intense. The term student athlete has a number of different interpretations. Well, we have lived LSU basketball for the past 6 months, traveling with the players on the road, going to classes with them, taking a look inside the locker room, and also getting a feel for off-campus life to really get a handle on what being a student athlete is all about. Here at LSU, it's all about Shaquille O'Neal, the most heralded big man in college basketball, the dean of SEC coaches, Dale Brown, March Madness, and of course, a run at a national championship. It's a unique opportunity to take an inside look.
Today is the start. I just asked you this in your life. Please give us, we'll give you, the next 174 days. First practice are always optimistic. Everybody's trying to impress the coaches. Coaches are fired up. It's their first practice. Today was special. It was more than that. I looked deeper. I liked what I saw. I liked senior guard T.J. Pugh pulling over a freshman, Paul Marshall, and showing him something he was doing wrong. I loved it when Shaquille O'Neal brought Chicago's Jamie Brandon and grabbed him by the arm and whispered to him about a certain drill. I saw a brotherhood, a seriousness that I haven't seen for a little while. Those are secret ingredients that you gotta have to be the best. That's what I liked about practice. The drills and all that, you know, they were all fine, but they're fine almost every year. But those two things I really liked.
20 years LSU basketball coach, Dale Brown is the billboard for basketball in the Bayou. It is said that 90% of the people at a typical LSU game come to cheer Coach Brown, and the remaining 10% come to root against them.
I just believe in the human spirit. And I know that if you recruit good people and you can teach them to share and love and care for each other, say, oh, isn't that sweet what that coach said? That's the way I feel. You're going to have hardship. You're going to have tragedy. You're going to have criticism. You're going to have vindictiveness by people. You're going to have cynics. If your family can stay together, anything is possible.
Do you see one SEC championship during Pete Maravich's time? Do you see one NCAA tournament during Pete Maravich's time? It takes 5 men.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting lineup for the defending champions of the Southeastern Conference, your Fighting Tigers of LSU. At one guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 4, Jamie Brandon. At the other guard, a 6-foot junior from New Haven, Connecticut, number 10, Maurice Williamson. At one forward, a 6'7" freshman from Iowa, Louisiana, number 22, Clarence Caesar. At the other forward, a 6'7" senior from Natchez, Mississippi, number 24, Cornell Singleton. And at center, a 7'1" junior from San Antonio, Texas, number 33, Shaquille O'Neal. 'Cause 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 'cause
Only us can answer that first question. Do you want to be good or great? Do you know how very few teams want to be great? Everybody wants to be great, but how many put the effort into being great? And that's what I like about you. I watched you warm up again tonight. You're serious. You're ready to play.
LSU basketball, 91-92, about to begin. O'Neal will tip it for the 6th-ranked Tigers, and this ball game is underway.
Shaquille O'Neal and a preseason number 6 ranking raised lofty expectations in Baton Rouge. But opening night in Crawfish Country produced lackadaisical play against cross-state rival Northeast Louisiana.
Down in your own bin, gentlemen, because nobody had their mind working right. So now to come back, you got to gut it up. It's going to take guts and intelligence. You're 11 down. I told you guys to start out with, this is their big game of the year. Being 6th ranked in the nation, God, when are we going to learn that? It doesn't mean anything. That's absolutely meaningless. You only get ahead with hard work and intelligence and doing what you do in practice. So let's start doing that.
Comeback commenced. Louisiana native freshman Paul Marshall buried a 3 and a leaner to set the stage for another Cajun freshman, Clarence Caesar.
The pressure was just, it was undescribable because I felt like if I had missed a shot, my head would have exploded or something.
It was a magnificent comeback, but it was a absolutely stupid performance by this basketball team. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And you're smart. Stupid. When I talk, when everybody look in my eyes, maybe that'll help. Maybe you'll start listening and learning what the hell's going on. I don't like people looking on the damn floor. Or daydreaming, okay? Damn it, we've got a hell of a team here. But you gotta play 40 minutes and burn those son of a press clippings. Forget about 6th in the nation. My 6th in the nation. 666. So I don't want to see one damn thing up there that says anything about national rankings. We're going to take one damn game at a time. You won this game because of a gutsy damn comeback. You did not give up. And 2 freshmen showed some courage when I sent them in the ball game and said, shoot some threes, and they shot and hit some free throws. Damn it, we're going for one thing. And that one damn thing is in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it's a national damn championship. Screen and switch. Now we're going to do it my way, okay, guys? I don't want to just hang another damn SEC basketball championship and end the season in one game. You damn guys can win a national championship. Shaq, you've got to help us. You cannot let men continue to just come. You're a much better athlete than this. Your man just cuts and you don't do a damn thing about it. When he cuts, damn it, let's show how you can play.
Yes, he can play.
Boy, they are penetrating again.
Oh, for Shaq knocks it into the seats.
I was raised in a good family, and my dad always told me, you're just like everybody else. You put your pants on the same way everybody else puts your pants on. Just be yourself. I don't walk around like I'm, God's gift to basketball. You know, I'm just a normal student, normal guy, you know.
Good guy, yes. Normal guy, no. At 7 feet, 290 pounds, the 20-year-old O'Neal is a high-profile student and a sure bet for a cereal box.
Watch, see? Shaq. Watch.
With the attention come the questions, and O'Neal offers common sense to all doubting Thomases.
My mom always tell me, don't sell your soul. And, you know, if I wanted money, you know, I could just go to the NBA. I don't go to boosters to get money because, you know, that's selling your soul. If I need money, I just call Philip or Lucille Harrison or, you know, call my grandmother or, you know, call some relatives if I need money that bad.
I was in a place called Wildflecken, right on the East German border. We had a crack armored division there and soldiers. And I finished up the lecture that evening, and I got a tap on the shoulder, and I turned around. Here's this strapping, wonderful-looking man. Excuse me, Coach Brown. He said, I'm very dissatisfied with my lower extremities. And I thought right away, wow, this guy's in the Army, and what a vocabulary. Not being critical of the Army, I'm just saying it sort of shocked me at that spot that, hey, this is a young soldier, is pretty sharp. And he said, I don't have very good vertical jump. I don't have good endurance. What can I do for it? And I said, well, what kind of weights do you have? And he told me, and I said, well, first I'll show you what you can do without any weights. So I proceeded to show him some exercises. Then I said, I'll take your name and address, and I'll send you our conditioning program. And I turned around to get a pad and a pen or pencil, and I said, I'll take your name. I said, how long you been in service, soldier? Great big old smile. He said, I'm not in service. I said, oh, you visiting? He said, Coach Brown. And Shaquille always kind of whispers. He said, I'm only 13 years old. And I said, well, what the heck are you doing there? He said, my father's a career military man. I said, he is? And I looked at his shoes, size 17, and I said, how big are those? And he said, size 17. I said, let me see your father.
This gentleman bust into the sauna and asked, who was Sergeant O'Neal? Who's Sergeant O'Neal? Me and my buddies were sitting in the sauna bath, you know, and looked at each other. I said, I'm Sergeant O'Neal. I said, can I talk to you for a second? So I got up and came outside. We were talking, and he said, this guy wears 17 shoes, gonna be a 7-footer easily. Do you play basketball? And I said, yeah, you play basketball, but...
I don't mean to be rude, but he says, I'm not all that concerned with basketball. I think it's time blacks start developing some intellectualism so they can be presidents of corporations, head coaches instead of assistants running all over the country looking for players, and generals in the Army instead of sergeants like myself. If you're interested in my son's intellect, someday we'll talk.
College athletes are seldom cast into political debate, but this year a gubernatorial candidate in Louisiana altered that reality.
What they accuse me of is basically thinking wrong. A thought crime, saying the wrong things. They don't accuse me of any crimes against any minorities. They don't accuse me of any sort of public corruption against anyone or misuse of state funds or any of that thing. They accuse me of basically being too outspoken and too intolerant on certain issues and on certain ideas.
Louisiana doesn't need a person like David Duke because this is for South as you get, and we don't need a governor like that.
There are still some people in this world living in the past, and there are still a lot of racist people out there that would love to see someone like David Duke in office. And the reason they would love to see that is because they're living in the past, and they still want to see the things that used to go on in the past.
During the Duke election, some local news reporters asked me, they said, Shaq, what do you think about David Duke? And I said to them, look, I'm not a politician. I come to LSU to play basketball. I'm not going to make any comments about David Duke. And a couple weeks after that, David Duke got on TV and said, well, Shaquille O'Neal said if I'm elected governor that it wouldn't hurt the state or, you know, or something like that. And then, you know, I got mad, and then I called Coach Brown and called Kent Lowe, and, you know, I got on TV the next day and said people would do anything to get a vote. And, you know, it was wrong what he did, you know, but, you know, we just dropped it. I told the local media, I'm not a politician. I just come here to play basketball.
An uncomfortable mix, college basketball and politics, but for today's student athlete, the playing field is getting broader. Take an early season road trip to Las Vegas that is tough on academics, and for this year's Tigers, tough on the one-loss record.
Being a student athlete, it takes a lot out of you. And you're on the road, and you get back from the road, you know, late at night, you got to wake up in the morning and go to class.
So matrix organization might be a good form of organization, say, for you.
Honestly, I don't know how they do it, for starters. I mean, the travel, the demands on their time are so great, you know, for at the college level. I don't understand how in the world they have time to keep up with a full course load and compete as a student.
Olfik into the front court, guarded by Brandon.
It is a busy life, that of a student athlete, and a week after the trip to the Strip, it was off to the desert for another tough road encounter in Arizona.
And my goals for the athletes that I work with at LSU are hopefully that they'll graduate. I mean, that's the bottom line from the time I work with them, from the time they step on this campus. That is the focus, is graduation one day. And that always isn't the case, but if they're going to leave here without the degree, at least they leave with maybe an education, they've learned something, they've grown up, they have skills to take with them.
With a guy like me, I can't miss class that much because everybody knows who I am. If I was to miss class a lot, that would give me, as well as the athletes, a bad image, you know. Athletes never go to class, you know, they think that, you know, they can come in here and, you know, get this and, you know, get the easy stuff. But a guy like me, I go to class most of the time, and, you know, I study hard and, you know, I do the best that I can do.
Student athlete is a very, very tough term, but it can be done. You have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice going out. I mean, it's tough, but it can be done.
College life is nothing like you expect it to be. You know, like everyone say, college life should be the best 4 years of your life. Well, I wish it'd hurry up and start because college is no fun. Even though I'm a student athlete and I have a lot of fun playing ball and all of that, but it's no fun at all, really. College is like being out in the real world. It's like a job because no one is going to make you get up and go to class. No one is going to make you, you know, get up and go to practice. Either you do it yourself or you don't. And if you don't, you got to suffer the consequences. So basically, for those of you out there thinking college is a cakewalk, trust me, it's not.
It's college basketball's most
lucky to win, but at the time you thought, well, this is such a talented group that they came through and won for that reason. Came back and easily beat Middle Tennessee State. That was nothing unexpected. What was really a surprise was going out to UNLV and getting blown away by 21 points. That was a big surprise.
This is going to be fun. This is our kind of a game.
This is a really interesting game coming up with Louisville. It's a game that LSU has to win. And if LSU doesn't win this game, I wonder what effect it'll have psychologically and emotionally on them.
Let's go, get your boy. Let's go, Fowler.
Here he comes. Should beat it. Numbers aren't there. Pull it back.
Look at Mo go!
Oh, well, there goes that theory.
Blowing by defenders in the open court is a lot easier for Maurice Williamson than gaining the upper hand on his father.
I think he was 100% in a battle. It won't be no battle. Because you can't shoot like I can shoot.
Not many could ever shoot like Super John Williamson, an ABA star and champion with the New Jersey Nets. Sadly, however, John has been hampered with health problems and today maintains through dialysis a lifestyle Maurice looks to avoid.
It's a learning part for me, you know, to watch what happened to him in the NBA, from the ups and downs. That's a learning situation for me, not to fall in the same footsteps that he fell into.
Williamson, one-hander goes.
This is his kind of game. I told him before it. Mo, this is your deal.
Like I always tell him that whatever he do, I would like for him to put his best foot, you know, into whatever he do. If he want to play basketball, I told Maurice, you got to think and try to be the best. And the only way you're going to do that is you got to do more than the average player would do. If you have practice, after practice, when the practice is over, I said, Maurice, I would like for you to stay in the gym and do extra work because you are playing basketball. And if you're playing basketball, you want to be the best in all you could be.
92-90. Now Williamson, who's been up to the foul line twice tonight and missed both of them.
So I was like 7 seconds to go. You know, if I made 2, we'd been up 4. If I made 1, we'd have been up 3. Well, the first one I missed, I looked over to Coach Brown because he knows I get down on myself when I miss a shot or when I do something bad. He was telling me, Maurice, smile, everything's all right, you know, don't worry about it. So I got to the line, I felt confident.
It's still a 2-point lead. Here we go.
Somebody's got to shoot it. They got it! Keith Lickery has won the game on a last-second 3-point shot. It's all over.
That was the longest 7 seconds I ever had, but he shot a nice, long 3-point shot that went in.
I could have drop-kicked him through the football field over here, the goalpost. I knew how good a shooter he was. I've seen what he does in practice, and it didn't respond. But my empathy for him and concern was greater than my anger that, well, look what happened at the end. We lost on the last-second shot.
Slow dribble, top of the key, looking down low to O'Neal.
After a rocky 3-3 start that included losses to 3 top 20 opponents, LSU went on a 4-game win streak, reminding critics that the Tigers were a team to be reckoned with. And of course, reckoning with LSU meant reckoning with Shaquille O'Neal, perhaps the most agile big man ever to play the game.
And he will go all the way and slam it himself. O'Neal dribbled at the length of the floor and flushed it. Lobs it down the floor to Pugh, 3-on-1 to Caesar, and he slams it home.
Harris Island, it's not, says Dale Brown about LSU basketball. And the Tigers' way is free-flowing.
Here's a Tiger fast break, 3-on-1, and O'Neal drives and just flushes it in the face of Ray Washington.
Sometimes, though, big, easy basketball turns routes into unnecessary nail-biters.
Front court lob up underneath. Oh, he threw it in. It's a 3. Tyler was trying to lob it, I believe, to Williams, and it went in. And he does. It's stolen by Caesar. Raise it up and in. Caesar stole it, laid it in. Richer again inbounds to Williams. 20 seconds, and LSU leads by 1. Williams in the front court near side. I don't know if Texas has another timeout. Williams gives up the dribble. And he hands it away to Tyler, knocked loose by Brandon. At midcourt, 9 seconds inside the paint, a shot to Burdett. He misses it, O'Neal blocks it and has it, and he's fouled from behind.
If you're proud of that victory, then you don't have what I think you've got inside of you. You're coasting. We never had one time all night long 5 men were in there fighting. Not one time. You should bury your heads tonight. That was one of the most lousy performances I've ever witnessed. That I just can't believe that if you have an ability, that you don't have an obligation to yourself, your team, and to God to go out and do what you got to do. Pussyfooting in the daisies makes me sick to the stomach. Are you going to go out in life and let somebody on you? Some of you guys would. Some of you guys wouldn't make a damn bit of difference in life. Just let somebody push you in the face and on you. If you can't have any more guts out in the basketball court than you had today, then you're going to lose in life. It's my fault. I'm the leader of the ship. I'm not embarrassed about the people that showed up here. I'm not embarrassed about the media. They ain't your friends anyway. I'm embarrassed for you as people. If you're going to spend a lifetime letting people on you and tell you it's raining, then you're stupid, and you're not stupid. Get dressed and get home and get the hell to bed. 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And I better not hear any smiling or laughing on the damn bus.
This CBS Sports Special will return after this message and a word. Way to go through college. But for backup center and Netherlands native Gert Hammick, it's been a way of life the past 3 years. With that said, you might guess this fellow would have a unique outlook on the college experience.
Over this past Christmas break, Coach Brown gave us the opportunity to move into apartments, and I decided to get a few pets. Hey, it's not a big thing. This is the first rats I ever buy. You know, I had hamsters before, but they sleep during the day. Can't have that. Earlier today, I found out that rats eat gerbil food. They like it more than rat food. So, I mean, what's the purpose of making rat food? That's my question.
We'll have one loss in our division, except LSU, okay? So as bad as we are, we're planning on being undefeated in this league Saturday, okay?
He always expects the greatest thing to happen. And I think that's good. I think that rubs off on the players, too. I wish I could always be as positive as he is.
This team was ranked preseason second in the nation. They're picked to win the Western Division. They're going to be in last place Saturday afternoon when this game's over.
It's a big game from the sense that it's a litmus test for LSU. You've got to win the big games at home if you're a big-time team. And LSU believes it's a big-time team.
Last year, about this same time, nobody gave you a chance on the #2 team in the nation, Arizona. You beat them 90-80. The year before that, the national champions of the country, UNLV. Nobody gave them a chance. You beat them here. We're going to do the same thing today. You got to be devoted. You got to stick together. We haven't started to scratch our capabilities. Today might be the rise to that top. Let's go have a dang good one, huh?
And O'Neal throws it away again. Todd Day for 3, far side, swish. Well, that is the killer for LSU. They continue to turn it over, and Arkansas finally takes it back the other way. Day, reverse layup, good. Todd Day is wearing LSU out. He has 21 first-half points, 42-37. 5 seconds, Mayberry at long range. Shoots, and it is in, and he has fouled a three-pointer. Holy cow. Justin Anderson fouled him.
Every year there's low points. But then with all the bad that there is, it's always good, too. So it all balances out, it seems.
1 second, no seconds, game is over. And Arkansas has beaten LSU by the score of 101-90.
Let's talk about Alabama. If you put your damn head in your shorts and walk out of here and say, damn it, we lost, and now, damn, we got to go to Alabama, and they beat Arkansas, how in the hell can we beat them? Maybe we can make up for this game. And usually that's what happens with gutty teams. Maybe you can make up a game you should have won. They're a damn good team. One best I've ever seen play here. But maybe now we can go to Alabama and learn something from this and win the damn game in Alabama.
The Arkansas loss left the Tigers with a 7-4 mark and an uphill climb in the SEC.
And Alabama is as good as this team or better.
Big-time college athletics, travel, glamour, and all that jazz. Consider LSU's mid-January trek from Baton Rouge to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. There are road trips, and then there are road trips.
Are you sure they're going to deport?
Bright lights, fancy cars. Try 6 foot 10 inches in a commuter airport.
It's moving a lot faster than what they expected.
But I mean, tonight there's a little bit, but tomorrow morning
tomorrow
it's
morning
clear.
it should be good.
But we're not sure yet.
Yeah, see, everything's moving a lot faster than they expected.
Yeah, I think it's silly to lay around here and hold up everybody 4 or 5 hours, go sleep in their own beds. So we'll depart here at 9 in the morning. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Back to school, up at 7. It'll get better. Not.
Well, why can't we fly out of Baton Rouge? We got to go to New Orleans. Well, why didn't they tell us that 5 hours ago? Now we got to get a bus. We got to go to New Orleans. We got to, and we can't fly into the Tuscaloosa. Yeah, but happens this is the second time we've had problems. I got it. Okay, we'll pack up and head for New Orleans.
Coach Brown, the LSU Tigers has finally made it to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It was a pretty interesting trip to get here, but a big game tonight between the Crimson Tide, a team that's ranked in the top 10, and I know a team that you're looking forward to playing here tonight.
Well, they're ranked number 9, and the trip was unbelievable. We didn't get to leave the day before the game. The flight that we were supposed to take, a charter, was snowed in bad weather in Illinois. So they told us it would be in late at night, but we questioned if it would, so we decided, well, we'd leave the day of the game. Lo and behold, this morning we found out at 6 o'clock they still hadn't gotten out, so we had to take a bus to New Orleans early this morning. We had to fly to Birmingham. We couldn't fly into Tuscaloosa. Then we had to take a bus from Birmingham to Tuscaloosa, and we finally arrived.
Talk about cause games early in the season for LSU. This is a cause game. You hate to pinpoint one game in January and say it's a turnaround game, but I think it is for LSU. I mean, both of these clubs need this win. Alabama can ill afford a loss at home to LSU, and LSU cannot lose to Arkansas and Alabama back-to-back and hope to win that Western Division. This team is very focused tonight. They have come out here ready to play. They come with a serious attitude. Oh, it's going to be a race in the Western Division. They came in, they played well, and you know what? Their third win in a row over a good Alabama team.
Just say we played all kinds of zones, man-to-man. If they say, what was it? Don't say it was a triangle or it was a box, or just say, oh, coach has got, he's got so many damn defenses, it's called his freak, okay? And hey, you just beat the number 9 team, and that's what I call guts.
LSU's upset win on the road over Alabama lifted the Tigers to 8-4 and began another win streak that was once again triggered by the incomparable O'Neal.
Look at the trailer, there he is! Shaq slam!
Shaquille. Shaquille.
Shaquille. I can't say it. See, I'm just a little kid.
Tennessee was victim number 5 in a row for the Bayou Bunch and set the stage for a meeting with longtime rival Kentucky.
LSU and Kentucky, they don't like each other for some reason, and every time we play Kentucky, it's sort of like bad blood, and we just want to kill Kentucky.
You all know what tomorrow afternoon is going to bring us. It's going to knock them out of this race, and it's going to put us in a first-way tie where right now Arkansas is 6-1, we're 5-1. Arkansas doesn't play tomorrow, we're going to be 6-1. And really admire what you're doing. Keep it up.
Anderson for 3, hits! Anderson! Hanson for 3, hits! Hail Caesar! Caesar!
Here goes Caesar! Yes, sir! Jam City! Uh-oh, here we go!
Caesar! You're in first place, tied with Arkansas, and that's where we're planning on staying. I compliment you for coming out. I compliment you for how you are right now. It's just another step. You're not on a roller coaster. You're mature, and that's why you're going to win this whole thing. We're going to Minneapolis.
A car crash traps a young girl.
We got here, 2 minutes left in the Kentucky game. We expect there to be a good crowd for the game Saturday, this coming Saturday. Right now we only have 3 tents up with 2 groups in between 2 of the tents. By Friday night we should have tents pretty much going all the way around the PMAC.
Kentucky fell handily, and Florida went down 3 days after, readying the home folk for basketball Mardi Gras. A mano with number 1 ranked Duke.
You ever wake up in a puddle of water? I did it this morning at 6:30.
I think the rain's going to make the game a lot better.
Jamie Brennan in front of your teammates who all love you, if you are going to, I'm mad at the reporter. Bobby, tell them what happened today with the reporter. A poll was taken on a local television station, who's the best point guard? Well, the player that got voted as the worst point guard didn't have a lot of confidence at the time, and it was dehumanizing to him. And I think anytime somebody does that, there's only two things you can do. You can either create dissension on a team, or you can break somebody's spirit. We need you down this stretch. There's 59 days to the final game. And you now are questioning, can I play? Can I not play? Am I any good? And it goes back to the filthy, rotten, sickening word, nigger. If somebody calls me nigger, I ain't gonna say, yes'm, boss, where's the cotton? Yes'm, I'm that. And we go back to the white and the colored water fountain. Are you gonna get in line and drink the water? Because some son of a bitch, you gotta be a man now. You gotta help us. And this isn't a scolding. It's a talk to tell you, I'm done defending you now. They did wrong by you, and it was wrong. And all of us know that. But we need you. You can't get in the game, well, should I shoot? Should I pass? Do I guard? Am I any good? We need you to come out of your shell.
While Brandon got past the television poll, this is a kid who has seen it all, both on and off the court. That he is able to persevere is a chilling tribute to a college sophomore.
My first year here, it was kind of hard on me. I had to set out for the Proposition 48, and I was going through a little problem with my mother. She was staying there by herself, staying home by herself. She was lonely. You know, I used to keep in touch with her and call her, tell her things would be all right. And my father, he had got shot and killed by a young gang member, and my family, we was kind of down. I had to talk to my mother and keep her head in the sky. Chicago is very different from Louisiana. It's very slow down here. People are nicer. They treat you nice. And Chicago is pretty like fast, and they got like crime and gang members, and people just, they do everything fast.
Jamie, some say, is one of the 3 best players ever to come out of Chicago. Isaiah Thomas, Mark Aguirre, and Jamie. He's quiet. He's never asked for anything. School, he was not a qualifier. He did not pass his ACT, yet with tremendous discipline and emphasis by our academic center, but his commitment, he did very well. We were worried about early, but he just seems to hang in there. I think he's really got a bright future ahead of him.
Partytown Baton Rouge picked up stakes and moved inside for the standing room tip-off, which pitted college basketball's 2 best players, Shaquille and Duke's Christian Laettner.
Notice how they play Anderson for the shot, make him put the ball.
Good fake by O'Neal. Oh, scoop! Oh, that's a 7-footer making a move like that.
We took a 5-point lead and late into the second half, and I just felt at that timeout, I know it was a television timeout, I think it was like, hey, we did it. We got a 5-point lead on Duke. They're the #1 team. I could feel it, I mentioned, Don, let's not get carried away with this 5-point lead. The game's not over. But it was like, hey, we proved. And it was like we fatigued in the stretch.
Just an attitude about a good point guard.
Wow,
Laettner for 3
outside.
And Duke opens up a 5-point lead as Laettner on the last 2 possessions has moved outside and hit 3-pointers, and he's got 20.
No sense in analyzing and reanalyzing the damn thing. You got a chance to put them away when you got a 5- and 6-point lead, and you shoot 11 out of 21 from the free throw line. That's 10 turnovers. And they missed 2, 13 out of 15. I'm going to bitch about this for about another minute, and then we're going to forget about the Duke game until we see him in the NCAA tournament. We got too many guys that aren't shooting free throws well. You've got to master that. You can win a national championship, this team. You lost today because of your ineffectiveness at the free throw line. 11 out of 21. You had the #1 team in the damn country on their and you let them off because of the easiest part of the game. The women basketball team shoot better free throws than we do. Now that's it. Duke's done. That's it. I don't want to hear about it after this. Now, we've got the SEC race. This Duke game ain't making or breaking us. It's just a damn shame. Now maybe we'll go out and beat Georgia.
And Vanderbilt has handed LSU its third consecutive loss, its first on the road in the SEC. And the final score is Vanderbilt 76 and LSU 69. We'll be back after this.
From Natchez, Mississippi.
You go there and one down and 30-something to go. And you start thinking, well, you know, what am I going to do after this? Am I going to go on to an NBA career? Am I going to finish up my degree or what? You really don't know, and it's somewhat confusing.
With the season winding down, LSU strung together 4 conference wins, including a season sweep of Alabama.
LSU has picked up its 15th win on the year, its 8th in the SEC, and wins in the conference on the road for the 6th time this year. The final score, LSU 74 and Carolina 56. The ball game is over, and LSU has beaten Auburn by the score of 99 to 82. And the ball game is over, and LSU has won it by the score of 100 to 69.
Confusion about Shaquille O'Neal's plans for his senior year was the hot topic throughout college basketball.
If Shaquille wants to stay, then stay. And that's what I tell him all the time. If he wants to go, then go. If he feels that he no longer wants to play college basketball, then go pro.
Brandon to O'Neal. Shaq puts it up. No good. He was not fouled. Arkansas has it. Overtime. I cannot believe that was not a foul.
The end of the season and perhaps the end of Shaquille's college career was rough, to say the least, beginning with the controversial no-call loss to Arkansas. While many hope for a return, the question for O'Neal remained unanswered.
I'm just going to do what's best for me, and I'm going to make my decision at the end of the year. And I'm sure it'll be a right one.
This highly publicized altercation fueled further speculation.
We lost the Southeastern Conference Championship last week on a no call, and now this happens, and I have to operate with Shaquille O'Neal. As badly as I hate to say this, I'm recommending Shaquille's parents that he turns NBA.
Before that issue could be settled, the Tigers had other business to take care of, the NCAA tournament.
O'Neal now with 21 points, 12 rebounds, and those 10 blocks make it 11. He has the record all to himself.
But despite 36 points from O'Neal, LSU went out to Bobby Knight in Indiana in the second round. So the season continued for some, but not for LSU.
Right at that moment, you're a little disappointed because we had high expectations for this team to go a long ways. So it's a little let down, but when you sit back and analyze the season, you know, we have to be real proud of ourselves.
I'm not disappointed with the season, but I'm not necessarily satisfied with it, you know. You're kind of sad, and because you're realizing that you're never going to play for that team again. But in a way, if you have something to look forward to, then it's not all bad, and that's the way I was looking at it.
I, Shaquille O'Neal, after careful deliberation, have decided to forego my senior year of eligibility at LSU. I'm not making this decision out of anger or frustration. I feel that in my heart it's time for a change, and it's time for me to move on.
I have nothing but positive things to say about Shaquille, and I wish him the very best in his professional career and his personal life. I'll miss him, but I'll miss him more as a person than I will a basketball player.
The college basketball season will end here in Minneapolis tomorrow night. And though they didn't make it to the Final Four, Coach Brown and his Tigers will enjoy many good memories from this campaign, and so will we. We'd like to thank the coach and the players for all the access they allowed us and their openness. We wish all of the Tigers success in whatever they do, and to Shaquille in his career to come. Fellas, it's been fun. I'm James Brown, and thank you for joining us in Shaq's house.
This CBS Sports Special has been sponsored by the people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it. Coming up next, the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship game. And tomorrow night, the NCAA Men's Championship Basketball game starts live at 9.